Hello, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. It was good to be
Uh,
here.
yes, we're so excited. If you want to start just by introducing yourself and telling us who you are and what you do, maybe your major, any interesting facts about yourself, or if you know your Enneagram type, just introduce yourself to our listeners.
Okay, my name is Daniel Garzaro. I am from Guatemala, the beautiful country of the eternal spring. I'm majoring in worship arts and music industry studies. And I didn't know anything about Enneagram until I came to Greenville.
Yeah.
But now I know it because everyone talks about it. So I'm a 4 in the Enneagram.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, yep.
Awesome. That's cool. Okay. So you go to Greenville. What year are you?
So I came in January of 2019. So I just finished my third semester. So I'm technically a sophomore
Okay.
in yeah.
Okay, sweet. Okay. So you came all the way from Guatemala. How did you find out about Greenville? Like, what led you here and why did you choose to come to school at Greenville?
Good question. Well, I knew I wanted to do music, especially like worship music.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not like a career back home. Like music is not developed back home. So I was like always thinking, oh, maybe I'll go to the States or to other country. But it wasn't until um, my junior year in high school, a lot of universities came from the US to like introduce themselves. Each one of them had like tables, and I had to do questions to each one of them, and one of them was Greenville, like, and Mary Faith was there,
Mm.
and Marlene's dad, Marlene Sarabia,
Mm-hmm.
just like speaking about Greenville, and I was really interested in their program of worship arts. And since then, I was like I researched in like through the internet, and I was like, wow, like this is I'm really interested in this. And since junior year of high school, I knew I wanted to come to Greenville.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So it wasn't even a question for you, like you have other schools you were looking at in Guatemala or in the States?
No, I kind of researched a little bit just because everyone told me like you need to apply like to a lot of universities and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. But I researched others, but I was just like, I don't know, but I just wanted to come to Greenville, and that was my option, like my option number one and my
Yeah.
only one. And everyone was like, you need to have a backup plan. Like, what if that doesn't work out? I was just like, I don't know. I just wanted to work out. Yeah.
That's awesome. Your whole heart was in it.
Yeah.
So you're doing worship arts. Is that kind of what drew you to Greenville? Like
Yeah.
your main reason why you came here?
Yeah.
Cool. So how long, like, I don't know, for me, my path, I had no idea what I wanted to do. What was it for you that you knew for sure that worship arts was the program that you wanted to go into?
Um, well, I have always loved music. Uh, since a young age, I started playing guitar,
Hmm.
and but I actually like um had experiences of people telling me, like in the church, um, people that didn't know me. Like for example, one time, a missionary from Taiwan came to my school,
Hmm.
and she didn't know me at all. But like she was praying for everyone, and then she prayed for me, and then she told me, "You play guitar, right?" I didn't even answer. I was just like, "What? Like she's from Taiwan? How does she know?" She was like, "Well, God is gonna use your music, and like God is calling you to serve Him through music." So I was like, for sure, like I want to do that because I already had the desire, but music is such a um, hard thing to pursue.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the people back home told me that I was going to like music was not going to give me a stable like economical life,
Yeah, yeah.
and maybe I would have given up if it wasn't for like no, I know for sure like this is what what I am called to do.
Mm.
So yeah.
Awesome. That's really cool. That is crazy that that person from Taiwan didn't even know you and knew that. That's a calling on your life for sure.
Yeah.
So being a part of the program now and coming to Greenville, how's your experience? Like, what have you been able to accomplish in the program? What do you like about being at Greenville, especially the worship arts program?
Well, I really liked that Greenville is really open and really like um diverse in their beliefs, and like the theology that you learn
Hmm.
is I don't know, like they accept a lot of different beliefs and discussions, and um I really like that. I also really like that it's really strong in music, like even though I really like the combination of really strong in music and really strong in theology too.
Mm.
Like you are really prepared in both, and they give you a lot of practical experience. Actually, I was going to do like we learn a lot in class, but also we have a lot of opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had the opportunity this in the fall semester to go to a prison in Vandalia to lead worship. That was an amazing experience, and I
Wow.
learned there way more than like in a book or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of practical experience too, and I really like that.
Yeah, that's cool. And you're also on Pursuit, right? So that's another practical
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, I was actually going to do summer pursuit this summer,
Mm-hmm.
but COVID happened.
Yeah.
Um, but well, I don't know if yeah, but maybe we're still going to do the last weeks of July
Oh,
if
wow.
they open, but it's not nothing for sure.
Yeah.
So
That's how everything in
yeah,
life is right now. You just never really
yeah,
know. But it's good to have those plans and stuff, and that's an opportunity that Greenville's given you, so that's really cool. You said something that kind of sparked my interest that I kind of want to talk about more. You said Greenville's like open to different diverse beliefs. And I don't know, we have a Free Methodist background, but to you, how does Greenville have that as the backbone, but also be accepting to other cultures and other beliefs and religions? Can you talk along those lines, like comparing it, looking at your experience and how Greenville's treated, yeah, you and accepting the different backgrounds?
yeah. So like in the theology classes or the worship classes, I have had a lot of different classmates that have really different backgrounds, and the professors are always respecting those backgrounds. They're not trying to impose uh, their beliefs
Mm-hmm.
on the students. They are always like listening to the students and like, yeah, like I get why you believe that, I believe this, but like they are really open. They are not like trying to teach a certain school of thought.
Hmm. That's cool. That's really cool. And I like the way that you explained too how the worship arts program, you're getting the theology behind it and you're also getting the music part. It's like a dual thing. So, do you feel like that's preparing you for your career in worship arts?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, let's see. You knew for sure you wanted to come to Greenville and you came here. Was it everything you imagined and more, or how did it meet or exceed your expectations coming in?
um yeah, I don't there are a lot of different thoughts that come to mind, but definitely um it exceeded my expectations in a lot of ways. Like the growth I was going to have in all of it, I didn't know it was going to be as like, I don't know how to describe it. um well, but I don't know, I feel that a lot of growth uh has come from it, and I never expected to learn as much as I have learned, to being exposed to as much diverse type of thoughts as I have been, and that has like made me grow a lot, way more than I expected to.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's really cool. No, you did a great job of explaining that. I understand.
Yeah.
um, so the faith aspect of Greenville, how much did that play a role into your decision to come here? Um, And just like, were you raised Christian? Like, how does your faith play out in your life and your decision to come here and your life at Greenville now?
Yeah, I was raised Christian. But it wasn't until I was 12 that I like took the decision to be a Christian by my own decision.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, seriously, like, okay, I want this for my life. And I knew I wanted to come to a Christian university, especially because I was going to study worship. Um, and yeah, so definitely I was like, I don't want to go to a university that is not Christian to learn something that is like to serve Christ.
Right.
Yeah, but it actually, like, it took a lot of faith to come here, especially because so I graduated in 2017 from high school.
Mm-hmm.
Our year back home is from January to October. So we
Oh.
have like our summer, like we don't have seasons, but like our time of vacation is from October to December, and then we start in January.
Oh, okay.
So I like my last year what finished in October 2017, and all of my classmates were already starting university in 2018, in January 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, what are you going to do with your life? And I'm like, I want to go to Greenville, and I don't have any money to do that, and I just have a dream. And
Oh.
they were like, man, you need to have another plan, you need to do something real with your life. I was like, I don't know, I just really want this. And my first deadline, I wanted to go in January 2018 because that was when all my other classmates were starting university,
Mm-hmm.
but I couldn't. So everyone was like, I don't know, I felt a little bit like, wow, I'm behind
Mm-hmm.
everyone else. But I was like, okay, my next deadline is August 2018, and that for sure, like, I need to be there. So I studied a lot for the SAT by myself, like with a book, um, and was applying to all the scholarships I could. I sent a video like for music scholarship and a lot of things. And even though I got like good grades in high school, good grades in the SAT and everything, it wasn't enough for my family. Even and the university supported me in some way, but it wasn't enough for my family to pay it in
Mm-hmm.
August. So August came, and I was like, no, I can't go. And all of my friends were like,
Oh.
when they saw me in August, they were like, I thought that you were going to be in the USA for now. Like,
Yeah.
now you need to do something real with your life. What are you going to do? And I was like, I'm going to Greenville in January 2019. And they were like, man, you need to do something real. You need a plan B. Um, and I was kind of disappointed in that moment, but I just kept trying. Um, and I was reaching out to people that I knew if they wanted to support me, but I didn't have like a lot of good responses.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it wasn't until like November that a person reached out to my parents and said, I want to support like what's left from it.
Mm-hmm.
So he can go. And it was so close. Like, it was November, and I was like, January is coming, just like around the corner, and I'm not going again. But it was like, no, you're coming now, and I had that. So I came in 2019
That's
to Greenville.
awesome. Wow, that takes a lot of patience.
Yeah, it was a full year, like from 2017, October 2017. Actually, the seniors back home graduate, like normally we graduate in October, but
Mm-hmm.
seniors 1 month before, so
Okay.
September
Yeah.
to January 2019. I was just like in the air, if that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. I was working a little bit, giving karate classes
Oh.
in a school that I train, and studying SAT in between giving classes.
Mm-hmm.
That was a full, like, from September to 2019. Yeah.
That's cool. Do you still do karate?
No, it was like a past. like I watch videos about me doing karate and all the things I could do, and I'm like, that's other person. I don't know, but I
You
did
don't
it.
know that guy?
Yeah, I don't know that guy, but I did it since I was 3 years old until I left Guatemala.
Wow.
Yeah,
So have you been back home since you left the first time?
yeah. I visit in the summer.
Okay.
Past summer, I was back home. It was awesome. I climbed some volcanoes,
Mhm.
and in December to visit my family.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I think your story is so cool. I'm so like thankful that I get to do this podcast, cuz just like reaching out to students and being like, "Tell me your story." Like I never like I see you all the time on campus, but I've never like stopped to ask you, "How'd you end up over here?" I
Yeah.
knew you were from Guatemala, but I didn't know like how you got here. So that's really cool, and I admire like coming from the States. It's like you graduate in May and then you have like I don't know, your senior year, you're going to school and you're figuring out where you're going to college, and you graduate in May, and it's like, I don't know, all of the ducks are kind of in a row for you because like our calendar lines up with the university calendar. And so you being faced with that challenge of, you know, a different calendar and then trying to figure out a means of paying for your education, and like that's a struggle for everyone, well not everyone, but a lot of students coming to college struggle with that. But the fact that you had to have the patience and the trust in the Lord's plan for you, and his calling to come here, that's really cool. So you have a really cool story.
Thank you. Yeah.
So now that you're here and it seems like, you know, you're really enjoying everything that's happening at Greenville, you like it. What is like your dream aspiration after graduating? And how do you feel like Greenville is preparing you for that?
Yeah. So I have like two different like dreams.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is I want to lead worship, like at a church or something like that. Serve at any ministry. So I feel that the program of worship arts is really preparing me for that. Again, in the aspect of theology and music and practical experiences, like visiting prisons, going to summer pursuit, things like that. Um, and I also love to write my own music, whether it's like I just like to write about anything about life and experiences. um so I want to like write and record my own music,
Hmm.
and I feel that the MIS program is preparing me for that too.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I came here, I was like, my main instrument is guitar, and I have never had other thing that guitar, and I was just like, I want to be a guitar player at a worship band. But now I had exposure to like recording and like a lot of different things that are like, wow, I'm getting into production and all that stuff, and I'm really interested in that now. So it's given me the opportunity in the studios to like learn a lot from that, to be
Mm-hmm.
able to record my own music too.
That's cool. Yeah, I had a couple of weeks ago, we did a podcast with Brian Wells, and he was talking about the recording studios and just how updated they were. And as an education major, it's not really, I never really go down there unless I have like a project I need to record for or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. What's your take on just the recording studios and the equipment? Like, he talked a lot about too, like how you come in right away and you start working on your major stuff. Do you have the same experience?
Yeah, for sure. When I first came, like the first semester I came, I was put into a class that is called projects in music industry, and in that class everything you do is like they put producers, audio engineers, and artists together, and they asked me like, okay, what are you, like, are you an audio engineer, a producer, or an artist? And I was like, I'm definitely not an audio engineer or a producer. Like, I don't know anything about that. Okay, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
be an artist. Like, I actually like to write and like make my own songs, and I do them. um So I had that first semester I had to finish writing and recording with the help of the producers and audio engineers. That's why they mix them. Um, 3 songs. So
Wow.
after my first semester, like that I visit back home, I came back with 3 songs recorded, and I was like, I honestly never expected to like that soon have my own songs recorded.
Yeah.
That was pretty exciting. Yeah.
Wow. That's cool. Do you have like songs that people can listen to like on Spotify and stuff, or is it just like for your own keepsake?
Uh, yeah, I don't have yet like a Spotify account because I want to like work more on them, like make
Mhm.
them even better.
Mhm.
And then but I'm planning maybe next year. I'm thinking about that.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, you definitely have time. You're only a sophomore, so maybe I'm
Yeah.
jumping the gun a little bit, but you're on the right path. That's awesome. Um, so what would you say, in your opinion, is the one, like if you could just narrow it down to one thing, what's the best thing about Greenville?
Well, that's hard. Just one thing.
Mhm.
Um, I would say the desire of the professors and the faculty to really invest and like they believe in you and that you have a calling from God and they want to prepare you as much as they can. And they also try to have a relationship with you and know you and help you in the best way possible, knowing that you were like uniquely made. You know, I love that the thing that Greenville says, uniquely made to shape the world. I do believe that the professors believe that, and that's why they invest so much in like in the studios and stuff like that. And they want to you to have practical experiences since the first semester, like recording your own songs and stuff. Is because the faculty has a like a desire to prepare you for your calling.
Well, you are just a perfect person to ask to do marketing because you literally just said one of our mottos, "You're uniquely made to shape the world." So it's really cool to see that like that's actually impacted and you've been able to see that play out in your Greenville experience. And I hear a lot of students talk about their relationship with professors and how that's really impacted them, and how that they feel like that's going to shape their career moving forward. Is there anyone in particular that you feel like your relationship with this professor is just really strong, that you can describe?
Yeah, I feel that with most of my professors, um, like I really appreciate each one of them. Um, like for example, Paul Sunderland.
Mm-hmm.
He has been someone that really has inspired me a lot. Like he is the worship. Um, I don't know all the names that you have for positions
Yeah,
in
yeah.
worship.
I'm not sure
Yeah,
either about his, but
yeah, yeah. The chair, something like that.
yeah.
But he's the worship professor, and he oversees all that, and he has really taught me a lot of things. And I had the opportunity even to stay at his house, like for spring break, for example, last spring break.
Mm,
I was not going to pay a flight back home
mhm.
um, for 1 week. So I needed someone to open their house for me, and he opened his house for me and let me know him in a personal way, and that has also shaped me a lot. Um,
That's
in my
awesome.
yeah.
That's really cool. Um, Greenville aside, what's your favorite thing about just being in college?
Just being in college. Um, like about this season, I really like that you're starting to see like you're starting to like invest in your dreams and start seeing the first things
Mm.
like oh my first songs recorded and things like that. So you are able to do a lot of things, but also you don't have like a lot of like if you make a mistake, it's not like oh I'm gonna get fired or something like that. You know,
Yeah, no
like
pressure.
no like yeah like you start like doing things that you want to do for your life
Mm-hmm.
but without the risk of, oh, I'm getting fired or like a lot of pressure. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
really like this season because of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of freedom being in college. Just you're figuring it out, and right now, like whatever you're doing right now will prepare you for the future when, I mean, right now matters, but when it matters money wise, like you said, and you have to have a career, and the risk of losing a job's not fun. So that's
Yeah.
really cool. It is a lot of freedom. I enjoy that too. Final question. Let's see. One more. So, a lot of people that listen to our podcast are current students, prospective students. But if a high school student stumbles upon this, what is your advice for them as they look at colleges or starting college?
Yeah. I would advise that, like, at least in my experience, first I needed to know what I want to do, what's like my calling, and what do I want to get prepared in,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will like see like, oh, I want this career then, you
Mm-hmm.
know. That really helped me because I really knew I wanted um to be prepared like in theological and in musical things, and I was like, wow, Greenville is really good for that, as I like researched other universities and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why I chose it. But it was because I knew for sure before what I wanted to do with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think probably, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but did that time off help solidify that decision to do worship arts?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so thankful for that whole year. I don't think I was ready for everything that was coming.
Yeah.
Like leaving my home and all that,
Uh-huh.
like comes with challenges, and I was not ready. So that year helped me a lot.
Yeah. Because there's an argument, like some people think don't take a gap year because you want to jump right into it. And some people say take a gap year and figure it out, and that's better. So I guess it's just weighing and knowing yourself and figuring out what would be the best for you. But it sounds like that gap year really helped you succeed in the long run. So
Yeah, and I didn't even choose it. Like I wanted to just
yeah.
start right away, but but yeah, I don't know.
God
The
had a
time was
plan
like,
for you.
yeah, like hold on, wait just a second.
That's awesome. All right, Danielle. Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast. I appreciate your story. I'm excited for people to hear all about it.
Thank you very much for inviting me. It was really
You're
good to be
welcome.
here.